the way he was. But, and he only had one paragraph written down, by the way, right? One paragraph that was. But no, seriously, we are here to support fair and quality education. And when we go out and we talk to all the parents in all our districts, there's parents that go to both charter schools and district schools. We have to stop the fight between the schools. It's not necessary to say if you support a charter school, you're opposed to a district school, and if you support a district school, you're opposed to a charter school. That's not what we are here in the city. We support good schools. All schools that are good, we support them. And we want to make sure that the schools are judged fairly and evenly. And we need accountability. And that's something that we need to do on both district and charter schools. And we know, when you talk to all the charter schools out there and you talk to the district schools, we know that the most important thing is the education of our children. And when we have agreements being signed or asked to be signed that leave openings that may not know how the future of a charter will stand, it's not fair. If we ask people to sign up for something that they don't even know what the rules will be the following year, that's not fair. So we have to make sure when we have the SRC, who's in charge now, and next year when we have a new school board, that we make sure two things that we need to do. One is to be fair to all schools in the district. Second is to make sure they are held accountable for the education of our children. And I believe both our district schools and our charter schools give our kids that opportunity. And we're here to work with you, to fight with you, to make sure we keep the education of the city of Philadelphia, the utmost and foremost, that we have a quality education for everybody. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Councilman Derek Green, and I'm here to support the fact that all of our colleagues here to support the fact that every child has a right to go to a good quality public school, regardless if it is a traditional public school or a charter school. Now, education is something that's very important to me because I grew up in an education household. Some of you in this room know that my mother taught in the school district for about 31 years, 25 of those years at Alany High School. I, in law school, had a chance to teach part-time at Alany High School. I was on the board of both the Green Tree School, and I got to give a shout out to my friends at West Oak Lane Charter School, because I was on the board at West Oak Lane Charter School as well. But my son, and that's the most important title I have, his father, attends a traditional public school. When he was diagnosed with autism, we were able to start an autism support classroom at Houston Elementary School, and he's now a 10th grader at Hill Freeman, and he's doing well. So I'm a blend of both the traditional public school and also the public charter schools. And we should not be having this fight where we're pitting one type of school against the other. And so that's why I am here to support all of you this morning to make sure we have a new message going forward, especially as Councilman Jones talked about with a new governance here for our local school. And I can attest to the challenges that we had with West Oak Lane Charter School when we tried to renew our charter and some of the issues that we were going through with the charter school office. We need to make sure that as we move forward with our new local control school board, we're not going to have those same issues with the charter office. Playing games, using apples against oranges when it should be apples against apples or oranges against oranges. And I see the issues they're having right now with Eastern University Academy Charter School, the challenges they're going through. So I'm here with you this morning, I'm here with you tomorrow, and I'm here with you in the future to make sure that we have quality schools for every child in the school district, regardless if it's a traditional public school or a public charter school. And we need to make sure that everyone has an opportunity and we don't pit each other against each other going forward. And we must continue this fight not only today but into the future. So thank you.
Hi, my name is Fred Hess, and I represent Councilman Taubenberger. His wife is also a teacher and has been a teacher both in the public and the charter schools. He unfortunately couldn't make it today because he had previous commitments, but wants to lend his support totally to making sure that all our children are taken care of on an equal basis. Thank you.
Ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. Yeah. Thank you, Councilman Blackwell. Thank you for hosting us here at City Hall, and thank you for being a champion for our children. My name is William Jackson. I'm the proud father of 4 children, all attend Mastery schools. Is Mastery in the house? Yeah! Our charter families in the house. Yeah! We are here today because we the people, we the teachers, we the students are part of a charter revolution. We've made the sacrifices and we are here to stay. In all of our schools, miracles happen every day. Last year, I helped lead the fight to have Worcester become a Mastery school. Why? Because I didn't want to send my baby to a failing school. So, no way. I had to fight. And as a Mastery school, Worcester is becoming a great neighborhood school. Now Alea is in the 1st grade. She has a passion for learning, and I can actually see her growing. And I bet everybody in this room has a miracle. Everybody in this room has a miracle dealing with charter schools, am I right? And that is why we're here today, to protect what's working for our kids, to push for more high-quality schools so more children can succeed. Today, we are one voice, united and strong. This is our Selma. We demand fairness. We demand that the charter office continue to negotiate fair contracts so that great charter schools can thrive and not be strangled by ridiculous rules. We demand respect and recognition. We are 70,000 students and families strong. That's 35% of all public charter schools right here in Philadelphia. The new board must represent all students, charter and district. Today in this room, we are over 30 schools. Where's Boys Latin? Where's Global Leadership? Mass, Discovery, Wissahickon. We're all in the house. Esperanza, Ferry, Tycone, Belmont, Prima, Kip. Yeah, West Oak Lane, and yeah, and where's my Mastery families? Yeah! We cannot politic hope away. Our children are going to college because of charter schools. Our neighborhoods are coming back. Families are not moving out because the charters are here. So we are encouraged and deeply appreciative that gathered with us today are our city council members, our elected representatives. Thank you so much for being here to stand with us. Now we're going to hear from parents and students. I'm happy to introduce Ms. Toni Al Garin from KIPP, Philadelphia.
That was a tough act to follow. And when he said KIPP, our KIPP students are in the other room. We have our young politicians group here. They wanted to be here, but they're not. So I have a speech here that was written by one of our students who graduated from KIPP. And now he works at KIPP. He's a KIPP alumni, and he wrote my speech. So that's how well we're doing. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for having us here. And my name is Toni Al Garin. And today I stand before you as a proud KIPP parent and a board member of the school and a concerned citizen of Philadelphia. I'm here today because I care deeply about the well-being of our great city, Philadelphia. And I believe in the transformational power of a high-quality education. As a mother of 3 whose children were enrolled in parochial, public, and charter schools, I can assure you I wanted each of them to receive an education that was dedicated with dedicated teachers, a safe learning environment, and committed growth to them as a student and then to them as a leader. Sadly to say, that wasn't always the case. After searching for a school that wouldn't just pass my children along in the system, I finally enrolled my youngest son, Toni Al Garin, at KIPP. At that time, he was enrolled as a 6th grader on a 3rd grade reading level. And just a matter of time, he was brought up to his reading level, which was great. But on September 13th in 2013, while traveling to school, and we live in Germantown, he traveled to West Philadelphia, 3 buses he had to take, he was hit by a car, okay? And my son was in a coma for 2 weeks, and he was at CHOP, and everybody loves CHOP, right? So anyway, for him to regain his academic prowess, we came together with the CHOP therapists and doctors, and KIPP came. And what KIPP did was they put together a success program for my son. So with a traumatic brain injury, not every school or every school can help my son. But KIPP stood by our side until now he's in college, okay? Which is fantastic. And like truly to say, I'm blessed to have found KIPP. So today, my desire for all Philly parents and students is to believe and know that they matter. As the city's educational landscape begins to shift, it is very, very, very important to keep all children and families in mind. It's important that all voices have a seat at the table, because all our children, regardless of their zip code and type of school they go to, count. And that begins with establishing a school board that focuses on the well-being of not only traditional public schools, but our charter schools as well, especially since they make up 30% of our Philly school population. So today I urge Mayor Kenny and City Council to approve a school board that reflects diverse cultures, communities, and school groups that make up this great city, because we all matter. And thank you.
Good morning, parents, student, educators, and council members. I'm here today to make clear the significance of charter schools, but let me first just briefly introduce myself. My name is Tatiana Maia. I'm a current junior at Mastery Charter Shoemaker campus, the president of an amazing student-run program, Raise Woke, and member of the a cappella club and a National Honor Society recipient. I am pleased to be here on behalf of the students at Mastery Shoemaker and charter students across Philadelphia. So why do charter schools matter? Well, charters provide quality options. Charter schools have created educational options for me, for other students in this room, and for thousands of Philadelphians. Most of these students are low-income students that previously lacked access to quality schools. That was me once, and I'm more than sure that that was the reality of most charter students who sit before us today. Lack of educational support, quality maintenance, violence, low performance rates, and unqualified teachers sadly sweep the district school system. Fortunately, we have charter schools as a result of people who actually sought out to invest the turnaround of such conditions. But attending Mastery not only helped me have a more safe and quality environment, it also helped me take one leap forward in the step to gaining future success. April of 2017 was a prime example of this. As I'm sure you can already tell, I'm a student of resistance and determination. One of my main goals I had was to visit Harvard University, as it is my desired place after high school. After networking with my African American history teacher sister, who attended Harvard, I was asked to write a detailed essay on my aspirations for that university. It would be given to the creators of the Black Policy Conference and would determine if I earned myself a visit to my dream school. February of 2017, I received the email, and it stated that Harvard University had invited me to be a student leader at the Black Policy Conference. Now, I want to make it very clear that although it was my writing that got me the visit, it was also the networking and contacts that the staff of the charter school system provided me with. If it was not for Shoemaker, my chances of going to Harvard University and traveling out to my very first state would probably be nearly impossible. But success stories like this not only happen to mastery students, but all charter students. Charter schools provided students with hope and faith in the impossible. So it's time to stop asking why do charter schools matter and instead ask why don't charter schools matter. Council members, I hope my point was made clear here in this testimony. And as a mastery student, we live by the motto, excellence, no excuses. So if you want to fulfill your demanded responsibilities, you will work to ensure that not only mastery, but charter schools have a voice in the decisions regarding education for our youth. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Bishop Kermit Nucor, and I'm glad to be here. I have been the pastor of the Harold O. Davis Memorial Baptist Church, and we've been located at 10th and Roosevelt Boulevard for close to 45 years. If you don't know anything about 10th and Roosevelt Boulevard, it is the home of what I call a sinking tsunami. 957 homes literally sank in the ground. We've lost 55 blocks of viable community people. We've lost 16,000 families, all because of inaction. But the worst inaction that we could see is in that same area, we saw the deterioration of our school system. I personally lived in Logan for over 15 years, and I made a conscious decision that I did not want to send my daughter to a disturbing and a faulting high school. So I moved out of the city of Philadelphia because she needed to go to a quality school. I moved to Westchester where I could get a quality education for my child because there was no such thing as a charter school. For 27 years, I stayed out of Philadelphia with my child because of quality or inequality in our school system. But I thank God I'm a man of future and I'm a man of hope. Future has come back to Philadelphia. Hope has come back to Philadelphia. With the coming back of charter schools and the things that charter school brings back to our community, we don't have to move out of the city to get quality education. It is a shame for our children to be subjected to failing schools. With the influx of charter schools and schools like Mastery, there is hope that our children can get a quality education. It is inherently unfair that our children have been exposed to failing schools. So anyone who does not support quality education for our children are not working for the benefit of our children. So therefore, I am support of Mastery, I'm supportive of quality education, and I'm supportive of quality schools for all of our children. In the Negro College anthem, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. One mind is a terrible thing to waste. Let us support quality education for all of our children. Thank you, and God bless our children.
Good morning, everyone. Morning. My name's Scott Gordon. I was the principal of the very first Mastery School. Honored to be the CEO of Mastery, and it's a delight to be here. I particularly want to thank Councilwoman Blackwell for hosting us. Thank you so much. It's my job actually to explain what the problem is and why we're here. So to do that, I want to start at the very beginning. Why were charter schools created? It's really two reasons. First, choice, to be a choice for families, for them to decide, parents to make the choice where to send their children. And second, to do that, charters had autonomy to be able to create our own policies and to customize our educational program to meet the needs of our families. And those two things are now threatened, and that's why we're here today. Charters signed something called a charter agreement, comes about every 5 years. And about 2 years ago, the charter agreements changed and threatened those two things, choice and autonomy. I want to explain it because it's actually pretty straightforward. There's three problems. The first problem is that the charter school and the SRC asked us to abide by policies. Fair enough. Except for in the contract, it says that the SRC and the charter school office can change those policies at any time for any reason that they choose. Now, I'm no lawyer, but it seems to me if you sign a contract and someone can change that the very next day, then it's not a contract. Second, there are accountability measures, and we all believe that all schools, charter and traditional district schools, should be held accountable. Fair enough. But in the first version of those accountability frameworks, charters were being compared to magnet schools and expected to exceed all schools, the average of all schools, every single year. And if you didn't, you would not be renewed. We believe charters should be a choice, a better choice, and if we compare charters to their peer schools and they exceed their peer schools, most year they should be renewed with no question. So we need to fix the accountability measurement. And the third one, there's not enough money, but in the charter agreements, it allows the SRC, the school district, to take money out of charter schools' reimbursement if they feel they've overpaid them or made some mistake. And we have no recourse. So they can just take the money and go about their business. And they want us to sign that. That's why we are refusing to sign and refused to sign for 3 years. We can fix this. It is so easy to fix. And we call upon the school district and the SRC to fix this problem in 30 days, not to boot this to the school board that will be formed in June. This is a problem that was created under this SRC. Let's fix it in the next 30 days. And we thank the City Council for turning up the heat and asking this problem to be solved. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Crystal Morris, and I'm the proud parent of 2 Boys Latin students, one current and one graduate. I'm neither elected nor appointed. I'm not on anyone's payroll. I'm just a mom whose only special interest is my children and others like them who are being denied quality educational choices. I'm humbled and honored to represent the parents of Philadelphia charter school students today. In November, Mayor Kenney announced that the new Philadelphia School Board must reflect the full population of students in our city schools. 70,000 of those 200,000 students attend public charter schools. We share Mayor Kenney's vision and believe that most, perhaps all of the city council members and other elected representatives do here as well. Today, we ask you to use your leadership to make this vision a reality. Please work with the mayor to ensure that the new school board is representative of its stakeholders, and every member is committed to providing quality public education for all students, regardless of their zip code, regardless of their race, regardless of their economic status, and regardless of whether that child is in a charter school or a public school. What matters is that every child have access to quality education and that every family have a voice and a choice. Public charter schools are an essential part of that choice. If not for charter schools like Boys Latin, my sons might be destined to attend our local district high school, a school at which only 3% of the students are proficient at math. 52%, a little bit more than half, earn a diploma, and only 21% of the graduates even matriculate to college. Who deserves to go to a substandard school? Certainly not my children, or the children of anybody I know. How about your children, your nieces, your nephews? Instead, my sons attend a school at which 90% earn a diploma and 87% go on to college. Yeah. More students deserve this type of opportunity, the type that my sons have enjoyed at Boys Latin. When my sons left for school in the morning, there were no complaints about having to travel out of the neighborhood. They fully understand that their parents fought and continue to fight for the best academic experience for them. We have found a quality charter school that's academically challenging, has a motivated staff, and most importantly, is safe. My children are college capable, and because of their school, will be college ready. So I stand before you today on behalf of my son and all the kids in the other room that weren't able to fit in this room, and the students still wrapped around the building trying to get in, and the 70,000 charter students and their families, asking you to ensure that every single member of the new school board supports quality charter schools. Not just neighborhood schools, not just district schools, not just charter schools, but quality public schools of all types. We're asking for that for every single child in this city, for every single family in this city. Please give a voice to your most valuable constituents, our children. Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Larry Jones. I'm the CEO of Richard Allen Prep Charter School, and Councilwoman Blackwell asked me to speak this morning. So if you know Councilwoman Blackwell, if she asks you to speak, you speak. And I'll be brief, but I have been working with charter schools for over 19 years. And 20 years ago, I was anti-charter school. Didn't believe in them at all, until someone enlightened me to one important fact. And it's been mentioned here, but it's a fact that many people let go of. And that's the fact that charter schools provide choice. See, and the people who have choice are always willing to take it away from others. So if I can afford, like the bishop, to go to another district, I have choice. If I have a political connection that will get me into a magnet school, I have choice. If I have the funds that will get me into a private school or a Catholic school, I have choice. And those are all great choices, and we should support them. But that shouldn't be the only indicator of whether or not I have choice. And my zip code, and if we're going to be real, my color and ethnicity should not be a barrier to the choice that I have. So when we speak about charter schools and choice and quality and safety and parent rights and student rights, and when we hear that word autonomy, it is something that was not just given to you. It's something that was fought for. And if you don't believe it now, let me be clear. There are those among us who are working to take that choice from you. So we thank the city council members who stood up, and we understand that we must stand up and unite together as well, because this is a battle of choice and a battle for our children. I thank you for your time, and let's support all of our charter schools.
Good morning. Hey, I'm going to be the most popular person here because I'm the last speaker. My name is David Hardy. I'm the founder of Boys Latin Charter School. Boys Latin in the house. I'm also a proud member of the board of Ad Prima Charter School, and I know Mr. McMillan and Mr. Williams are in the house. But I know that everybody here is representing a school that parents want their children to go to. That makes it a viable school. It's a school, you go to schools where people have results. Schools shouldn't be about the test. The test is just a test. It's one day in your life. School should be about your future. And schools that offer the opportunity for students to have a future are the kind of schools we need in Philadelphia. And so whether they be public or charter, we want to make sure that all schools are held to the accountability of results, real results. What happens to them when they leave your school? Because if they leave and they don't go anywhere, that can't be a successful school. So, today, we have a plan of action where we're asking for people to stand with us. And today, we're going to have a person from one of my favorite schools, Mastery Shoemaker, with Sharif El Mekki, my man. Kyra Lewis is going to come and speak today and read our, where is she? Right, there you go. She's a junior. She's looking at school. She told me she's got something in her mind, and I think she's going to be quite successful. So take over here.
Good morning, parents, students, council members. My name is Kyra Lewis. I'm a junior at Mastery Charter Shoemaker campus. I would like to speak to my councilwoman, Janie Blackwell. I, along with others, attend a charter school in her district, District 3, along with Boys Latin, along with KIPP, and other schools like that. We come here today to ask you to stand with us charters. We know you are our champ, and will you do the honor to be the first to sign "We Stand with Public Charter Schools"? Before you come up to sign, I would like to read it aloud if everybody who has it in their packet can follow with. We stand with public charter schools. Today we stand with you parents, student, and school leaders from public charter schools across Philadelphia. We recognize that 35% of all students in Philadelphia attend public charter schools. Charter schools are an essential part of our city and our public school system, providing quality choice for more than 70,000 children and parents. Charter families live, work, they pay taxes, and send their children to schools every day in every council and legislative district in Philadelphia. As we elect leaders, we as elected leaders have the honor and responsibility to represent you. Our promise to you today is that we will. Number one, ensure that every child can attend a high-quality public school regardless whether it's a charter or district school. Number two, call on School Reform Commission and Superintendent Dr. Height to immediately inaugurate reasonable and fair charter agreements and amendment policies so that quality charters continue to serve children and families in our city. Number three, work with Mayor Kinney to ensure that the new school board reflects representatives and respect all charters and district public schools and students. Together we will fight and win so that every child in every neighborhood has a great school. Thank you very much.
So first we're going to ask for representing Councilwoman Blackwell. And by the way, the council members had to go to another event opening up a shelter. They weren't deserting us, it's just they got big jobs. Wadia Floyd will sign for Councilwoman Blackwell. So, Ms. Floyd.
What am I signing?
She'll show you. Sure. Oh. Here, show her where to sign. Show her where to sign. Okay. Is there a representative for Councilman Squella here? Where Councilman Squella? Dom? Totenberg. Yeah. All right, okay, you can sign. For Councilman Talbenberg, Councilman at large. And then?
Jeff George, I'm signing for Councilman Dom.
For Councilman Allen Dom, another at-large councilman. Are there any other council representatives here? Okay, well, we know that we have people who have said they would be with us today. And those are Councilwoman Blackwell, who we saw, Councilwoman Cindy Bass, Mark Squella, who we saw, Councilman Bobby Heenan, Councilman Curtis Jones, who we saw, Councilman Bill Greenlee, and Councilman Alan Dom, who had a representative here. But then there were also some council people who couldn't be here but were very supportive, and that is Councilman Kenyatta Johnson, Councilman Taubenberger, he was here, Councilman Green, he was here, State Representative Joanna McClinton, and State Senator Anthony Williams. So listen, we came down here to make a statement, and I think that statement has been made. Charter schools are here to stay. We're not going anywhere. And we expect and we demand to be treated fairly. Fair rules and regulations, open access to buildings. Make us part of the solution, because we do have solutions here. Solutions that I can see are working across this city. Solutions that are benefiting children and their families. So today is a very special day, but today is only the beginning. This is a new day for Philadelphia. We will take our place as part of the educational landscape, and we will be part of the solution. And you will be the people who are the change agents for public education in Philadelphia. So thank you all for coming today. Have a great afternoon.
Thanks again. Please thank you,
Anytime,
Councilman.
anytime. You have one of my cards, right?
I think I got it from the last time we met. Just in case.
Yeah, but I think I gave them all to Johnny. No, there's a couple.